I am pleased to highlight the opportunities afforded to Bermudians by the Ministry of Legal Affairs Pupillage Program. The aim of the program is to train prospective barristers with a view to honing their legal skills to a competent level of professionalism and recruiting promising new attorneys to join the government's legal teams. In order for a person to be admitted to the Bermuda Bar to practice as a barrister and attorney, they must first undergo and complete a period of practical training of 12 months. This training is known as a pupillage and was formalized under the tenure of a former Attorney General, Dame Lois Brown Evans. A number of successful participants of the program have moved to the private sector or remained within the ministry. Pupillage within the Ministry of Legal Affairs provides pupils with an opportunity to work under the supervision of a designated barrister known as a pupil master. The pupil masters for the 2018-19 pupillage program are Deputy Solicitor General Shakira Dill Francois, Crown Consul Lawrence Sadler Best, Crown Consul Specialist Larissa Burgess, and Crown Consul Maria Sofianis. Under the guidance and supervision of a pupil master, the pupil is provided training and experience in the different areas of legal practice within the ministry, namely the Attorney General's Chamber's Civil Litigation and Advisory Section, the Legislative Drafting Section, the Department of Public Prosecutions, and the Legal Aid Office. The ultimate aim of the pupillage program is to ensure that a pupil gains comprehensive experience to successfully meet the rigors of professional practice to an outstanding degree of competency upon being called to the bar. Training highly skilled Bermudians is my priority. In a climate where well-educated Bermudians have found it difficult to get their foot in the door and the hiring of non-Bermudian counsel continues to grow, this vital program was allowed to languish over the past 5 years. In keeping with this government's pledge to increase apprenticeships and training for Bermudians, we have allocated funding to ensure capable, talented people like Tanae Tucker, Jason Otterbridge, Janae Nesbitt, and Shyvonne Lee, who have joined me today, receive the professional guidance which will enable them to take their rightful places within the legal community, whether it is with the Attorney General's Chambers, the Department of Public Prosecutions, the judiciary, or the private sector. And I will now invite the students, I should call them pupils, to say a few words. Tanae?
Good afternoon. To the Attorney General, thank you. I had been knocking at this door for 2 years when I received confirmation that my application for this training opportunity had been successful. And I heard firsthand the announcement made by the Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs in the Senate that this current administration would be offering training opportunities for aspiring lawyers. Fast forward 11 or so months, and I stand here along with the others as a beneficiary to that promise made. The exposure throughout the program has been phenomenal to date, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to learn. Investment by the ministry in this particular way has made all the hard work and the sacrifices over the past decade worthwhile. I'm grateful. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you, AG. First of all, I'd like to say I'm ever grateful that this government has recognized the benefit of permitting existing public officers to participate in the pupillage program. For me, this means everything because at the time of completing my solicitor qualifications, pupillage program was not being offered by the Bermuda government. So instead of pupillage, I went on to do postgraduate legal research in Bermuda constitutional law and social justice. This led on to me becoming the first Assistant Information Commissioner under the Public Access to Information Act. In that role, I was instrumental in implementing the practical and regulatory framework for a new law which continues to evolve and touches every corner of government. I'm ever grateful that this opportunity to take up pupillage with the Ministry of Legal Affairs is the final capstone for my training and development to allow me to take my rightful place with my learned peers at the Bermuda Bar. I look forward to working with the finest government lawyers who've agreed to mentor us over the next 12 months. Thank you.
Thank you, AG. After years of education and hustling to help my parents put me through school, obtaining the pupillage post within the Ministry of Legal Affairs was not just a breath of fresh air. But for the first time ever, it felt like all these sleepless nights and stress have finally paid off in university. The Pupillage program has provided opportunities to gain valuable knowledge and experience while working continuously within the legal fraternity. The Pupillage has made me realize and understand how important it is to gain confidence and proficiency through learning how to properly advocate throughout the Bermuda court system. It has also allowed me to gain excellent communication skills while transitioning throughout the Department of Legal Affairs, and I am forever grateful.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, AG. So the opportunity to do my pupillage within the Ministry of Legal Affairs allows me to show my appreciation for the investment government made in me just over 4 years ago. In 2014, I was selected as a government scholar and provided significant funding towards my education. Having completed my studies this July and being granted the opportunity to start my pupillage almost immediately upon my return with government means everything to me. And for this, I am eternally grateful.
Thank you, pupils. I must say that having spent time with the pupils, they have impressed me with their dedication and their acumen already. So it's anticipated that the continued success of the pupillage program will ultimately impact government's legal outsourcing dependency by cultivating a culture of legal expertise that will meet the demand for such services. Thank you.